Hi, hello, and welcome back. Today, we will be spelling words the way I think they should be spelled. But more realistically, we'll probably be brutalizing the English language. So just keep that in mind. All you English majors out there, you're probably going to be offended. So I would skip this one if I were you. I don't know. English is weird. And I think pretty much every English speaker can say, yeah, it's weird. I've got a whole list. We're gonna go down the list. I guess let me preface this. I know English is weird, and I know it has a bunch of weird rules for a reason, right? We have I before E, except after, like, all of this weird stuff, and I know it's there for a reason, okay? So, I get it if my suggestions don't make sense fundamentally. This is just how I think the word should be spelled, because personally it's better. Life is hard enough literally in every single way, shape, or form possible. So why can't we just maybe tweak the rules a little bit, dumb down some spellings, because some words quite literally have, and I know it is there for a reason, but in my head, they just have letters thrown in there willy-nilly for no absolute reason. None. They're just there and they're hanging out. Why do we have silent letters in words? The English language, I think, physically enrages me. Yeah. We're gonna leave it at that. Back to, okay. Cookie. Personally, just get rid of the I. Just get rid of the I. Cookie. We have the letter E. The letter E. We have it for a reason. We already have the word cook. We already have the letter E, and it makes the E sound cook-y. Simple. Next one. Goodbye. I was texting a friend of mine, goodbye. And then I realized there's absolutely no reason that the E needs to be at the end of that word. None. Nobody can convince me otherwise. Anyways, next one. It's kind of a suggestion, but then it gets me into a deeper argument, which we'll get into in just a second. The word live. Live, as in you're watching something live. It is live action. Hear me out. Personally, I think it should just have a capital I. The word doesn't, the spelling doesn't change. I had an idea while I was saying that. My original idea was that the spelling doesn't change, but the I is capital to emphasize it, because then there's the word live, which is the exact same spelling. And I know context clues, besties, yes, I get it. But oftentimes you'll see something on television and there's just the word live in the top, and I guess... Anyways, but my idea, my eureka moment, my light bulb, right? My light bulb. Instead of changing the capital I guess we'll just keep live the way it's spelled in live. Maybe just get rid of the E at the end on that one. I don't know. No. Live, we get rid of the E at the end. Live, we keep it. I think my brain's okay with that one. I think I can live with that one. Okay, next one. The word Q. Mind you, there are also different spellings of this word, Q. We add extra letters onto letters that are already technically a word, but A is a prime example of a letter that is also a word. So that infuriates me even more, actually. Why? Ironic, isn't it? Why isn't the word Y? Hear me out. Just the letter Y. I think it makes so much sense. Because A being a prime example, if A can be a word, why can't Y just be the word as well? The letter and the word. Why?
Nice.
The letter itself is literally just the word. Why? I don't know. I don't know. Oof. This one. I thought about this one while I was sitting next to my window listening to the outside as the cicadas scream for their lives. Cicadas. Why is there no K in the word cicadas? Cicadas. Why is there no K? Why is there two C's in the word cicada? I couldn't tell you, and I'm sure you can't tell me. Linguists, this excludes you. I'm frustrated. Anyways, before we get too deeply into that one, the word brief. It bothers me when we make the extra effort of adding rules and nuances in special circumstances when they're literally not needed. Because the word brief, we already have the word reef, right? Why not just add a little, like a B to the beginning? Brief. But no, we have to pull that stupid IE bullshit. It's, no. Light. This just goes back into my strong distaste for having multiple words that sound the same, but have different meanings, like how there is light and light, read and red. They're spelled differently, but they're pronounced the same, red and red. I genuinely, every single non-native person that is able to fluently grasp and learn the English language, you deserve a round of applause. You deserve a round of applause, because genuinely, I know every language, every culture has in their language has, diphthongs, whatever that means. I can't remember the term for it, but they just have special nuanced rules that apply to certain words or groupings of just special nuances. I know just about every language has that, but English feels and of course, anybody who knows multiple languages, you can correct me on this if I'm wrong. I just feel English does it it's on hard drugs. FBI, open up! English it's on 200% when it comes with just the weird things that make you confused just because they can. So literally, to everybody who can speak English and it is not their native language, you deserve a daily reminder that you're better than everybody else. I don't know. I barely know the language, and I've been speaking this my entire life. Does that say something about me? Probably. Back to the regularly scheduled program. I feel like we say that in every video. But what can I say? I warned you about this in the beginning. You're stuck with me now. Getting into some honorable mentions pulled by a friend of mine. If you're seeing this, you know who you are. She graciously reminded me that the word bicycle exists. Bicycle. And, I think when she said it, I was like, you know what? I'm mad at it. But now that I look at it, it's I think it could go either way. This one, I might let slide, personally. But I do agree with the suggestion of how to change it. I do. It makes sense. It also makes sense. I don't know. I just think all the different sounds of the letters is what infuriates me the most. But I guess that's what makes language, right? Just the different inflections and intonations and the way that you can say things depending on what they're with. Because B-I does make sense. I don't know why when she said bicycle, I was thinking Also, like, this could apply for bisexual instead of, like, bi, maybe by. Shout out to all of my bisexual baddies out there. But, yeah, I don't know. It's a coin flip. On to the next one. I kind of forgot the word existed. Phalange, and I was like, what do you mean, like finger? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, yeah, that makes the PH. Everything I've learned about why English is the way it is, it's gone. It's forgotten. It's good. Like one ear out the other. I do not remember why we did this to ourselves, because I feel like we could have just made it easier from the beginning, personally. But we didn't. As we don't do with most things, we decided to take the hard way. America. But yeah. Phalange.
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 Phalanges.
Phalanges.
Everything about it's just wrong. Necessary, just drop every C, and I would switch it with an S. Just drop all the C's. S. Simple. Plain and simple. When she brought this one, I was surprised it was not the first thing I thought of at the top of my list, number one. Because why in the world, one, does the word mortgage exist? But the way it's spelled should be illegal. And as you'll see, I don't even know what good suggestions for that would even be. Personally, I just think we should get rid of early, like the entire concept. It's not necessary. We don't need it. We've got enough to pay for. It's taxes. Yeah. The word mortgage, just get rid of it from the English language entirely, personally. That's my best advice. The fact that refrigerator, I'm getting a little, like, this is genuinely just upsetting, doesn't have a D in fridge does, is mind-boggling, right? Or is it just maybe somebody more neurotypical than I am doesn't exactly see this in the same light, but it physically makes me mad. Like, it's the same concept, the same thing, unless for some reason refrigerator is like a specific subset of, or yeah, unless there's some weird special rule, right? They're the same thing. I don't know, but yeah, consistency, and there's just none there with that one. None. I would fight to say that it doesn't even need the D. Personally. I said it. Controversial or not, fridge does not need the D. And at the very least, if fridge is going to have the D, then you can add it to refrigerator. All I'm saying, consistency. You either add it to both or you drop it. Who was in this meeting and let this happen, etc. We don't even know how to begin to fix that, etc. I don't even know what it sounds like personally. But I feel like it has far too many letters, and that's why it stays abbreviated all the time. Mind you, when I was trying to type it for my list, I couldn't get it. I typed it wrong because of just how much unnecessary junk there is in that word. But I think that's enough frustration for today. Enough trauma dumping on why I dislike the English language. And then recently, actually no, side rant, another one, probably. Who knows how many I've had this video. And then the differences between American English and then Australian English and then UK English, it's just so crazy. Maybe I'll do a whole other video comparing similar, the same words across countries, because it's crazy. because I use Grammarly. That's why I brought that up. I use Grammarly. Not that that's like a plug or anything. I simply use it, and I see the suggestions a lot of the time are based in, I think, UK English, and there's like a lot of adding certain letters, O's, U's, whatever, that we just drop here. And one that's crazy, that we would add even more letters to certain words. Because I feel like a lot of words we have are already a little jumbled up and unnecessary, but that's just me. I'm disappointed, to say the least. This will haunt me forever. So be sure to drop more weird, wacky words you don't agree with, spellings, English rules, etc. in the comments. Feel free to plead your case if you disagree with some of these. I will probably fight you. We're all here. This is a fun, silly little goofy time, and I'm genuinely curious if anybody else agrees or disagrees with any of these. I'm sure there's a lot. I know there's a lot that I have missed, and so feel free to check out my other junk, and yeah, that's it from me. I'll see you in the next one. And cut.